Hey guys, I'm Was Doomed to Fail, and I'm here to help you pick your starter pack. So, I'm assuming if you're watching this video, you are a brand new player who probably just got the game, or maybe hasn't even tried it yet for the Free Fly. I would definitely recommend playing the full week of Free Fly before you buy the game, just to figure out if you really like it. And if you have played and, you're like, I do want this game, just before you buy it, you need to know that it is an early alpha. That's not saying there's excuses for why it's not working well, but regardless of that, the game is pretty buggy. Right now, it's working fairly well, in my opinion, but in the patch before this, 3.18, it was a complete mess. I couldn't even play the game. Like, I couldn't get into it for a whole week, and then for like a month, I could get into it, but it was just so buggy and such an interesting experience. So, it is a very good game. It's my favorite game, but it's certainly not a polished product, and you kind of gotta deal with these things. Anyways, starting with making an account, as you can see here, I'm on the main Star Citizen website. If you go into this top right where it says account, and you'll see my sign in already fills out, but if you don't have a sign in list now, here you can put in your information. It's already showing my stuff once again, but what's important when making an account is you use a referral code. I will put mine right here. If you have a friend who wants you to use their referral code, this is where you put it in. It just helps out both the players. Normally with these events, they do a little referral bonus. I know a while back, or actually not that long ago, like a month ago, when there was a Free Fly, the referral bonus was a free Merlin. I'm not sure what it is this time. I haven't been able to find it, but it never hurts to put it in. Alright, so with that out of the way, let's go take a quick look at the starter packs. You go to Pledge Store, top right here, and then view all game packages. It's important you do game packages and not standalone ships, since this game's weird. You can buy a ship without being able to go into the game and fly it. So you do need that game package. As you can see, these are the starter packs. I will talk about all of them later in the video. These two right here, the Pisces and the Titan, you can see are on sale for Warbond. Little thing about Warbond, unlike other game things, you can buy, like this Aurora pack I could buy with store credit if I had it, although if you're watching this, you probably don't have any store credit, so these packs need to be bought with new money. And another interesting thing about how the packages work in this game is, if you get a package, like let's say I get this Titan, and then later I'm like, I don't really like the Titan, I want to try something else, I can then melt it down for store credit and buy something else. Normally, it sells for, like, if I were to melt the Titan down, it'd be like $60, or $55, because like 15 counts as the game. Or no, it would give you the full 70 actually, because it is the game package. Except since I'm only buying it for 63, if I were to melt it, it'd only give me $63. And when upgrading, the ship counts as its whole value. Let me quickly show you what upgrading is, because you can also, if you like the Titan and you're like, oh, I want a Cuddy or something, you can upgrade your ship. So if you go to account, go to your hangar, go to ship upgrades. As you can see right here, I have my Mustang starter pack, which I bought for $45. It's valued at $30 though, because as I said, like 15 of those dollars are essentially the game package. Click that, you can see I can upgrade to any ship that is more expensive than it. You can't like downgrade, but what you can do is you can just melt the ship. I'll show you in a little bit how to melt. So yeah, let's say I got the Mustang pack for $45, and I'm like, I don't really want the Mustang anymore. I don't want an Aurora either though. I want to get a better ship. I want, let's say, the Pisces. That's another pack. As you can see, it's $45 ship. This one's worth $30. I just pay the difference between the ships of $15. So that's a super helpful tip, just to, it's really nice how you can move your money around in this game fluidly. If you straight up have your pack and you don't want it, you can melt it, which is this exchange button here. As you can see, if I go to exchange, I'll have to do this and put in my password, but it'll give me $65. The reason you might be wondering, oh, I thought the Mustang was a $45 pack. This one's a $65 pack because I have the Mustang Alpha and Squadron 42, which Squadron 42 is a game they haven't released, but basically I'm pre-buying it with this pack. Anyways, with all of that said, let's get into the ship comparisons. To start off our $45 segment, we have the Consolidated Outlands Mustang Alpha. The Mustang Alpha does not have an internal and thus does not have a bed to log out in. It does have a very nice cockpit view though. It has 4 SCUs of cargo that are accessible from the rear in a drop-down box. It's pretty decent at combat with 2 size 1 shield generators, 2 size 2 gimbaled weapons by default, and an additional 2 size 1s you can add on. As you can see, I have a tour of the ship in the background. Let's let that play out. To finish off our $45 segment, we have the RSI Aurora MR. The Aurora does have a small internal with a bed you can log out in. No SCUs of cargo, however it can still complete box missions due to its internal. It's pretty decent at combat, coming stock with 2 size 1 shield generators and 2 size 1 gimbaled weapons. You can also add an additional 2 size 1s, totaling 4 size 1s. This ship does, however, have quite a disgusting cockpit view in my opinion, but you'll see that from the tour. To start the $60 to $70 segment, we have the Drake Cutter. For a ship of its size, the Cutter has a very large internal, even having a full living quarter. Full living quarter includes a bed to log out in, bathroom to clean yourself up with, and a meal prepping area to make food in. However, neither the bathroom nor the meal prepping area work at this time. This ship has 4 SCUs of cargo, although its bay is quite large, and it does suffer in combat, coming stock with 1 size 1 shield generator and 2 gimbaled size 1 weapons that can be swapped out for 2 fixed size 2s. Next up in the $60 to $70 segment, we have the Anvil C8X Pisces. The Pisces, similar to the Cutter, has a large internal for a ship of its size, 2 seats for your friends to tag along in, 4 SCUs of cargo, and is passable in combat, coming stock with a single size 1 shield generator and 4 size 1 weapons, 2 of which are gimbaled and 2 of which are fixed. However, all 4 can be gimbaled. Finally, this ship has the ability to be spawned on the small pads at mining facilities, which is quite a useful feature. Moving forward with the $60 to $70 segment, we have the Origin 100i. The 100i has a small internal with a bed to log out in, 2 SCUs of cargo, and it's passable in combat, coming stock with 1 size 1 shield generator and 2 gimbaled size 2 weapons. However, I would recommend swapping the gimbal size 2s for fixed size 3s. Finally, this ship does have a fancy hydrogen fuel scoop, which gives it a practically unlimited hydrogen fuel range. Finishing off our $60 to $70 segment, we have the Aegis Avenger Titan. The Titan has a rather large cargo bay, which can hold a small vehicle or up to 8 SCUs of cargo. The Titan does have a bed to log out in, and 2 separate entrances to the ship, one through the cargo bay and one through the cockpit. Finally, the Titan is good at combat, coming stock with 2 size 1 shield generators, a single size 3 gimbaled weapon, and 2 size 2 gimbaled weapons. However, they can be changed into fixed weapons, giving it 2 size 3s and 1 size 4. Starting off the $70 and up segment, we have the Anvil Arrow. The Anvil Arrow is a dedicated light fighter, thus it does not have an internal or any SCUs of cargo. It is very good at PvP, coming in with a single size 1 shield generator, 2 size 1 gimbaled weapons, and 2 size 2 gimbals that can be swapped out for fixed size 3s. Next in the $70 and up segment, we have the Consolidated Outlands Nomad. The Nomad has a nice internal that includes a full living quarter, meaning it has a bed to log out in, a bathroom to clean yourself up in, and a meal prepping area to make food in. Once and again, neither the bathroom nor the meal prepping area currently work, however. It has a larger cargo bay that can fit a rock mining buggy or up to 24 SCUs of cargo. It's passable at combat, coming with 3 size 1 shield generators and 3 gimbal size 2 weapons. However, these weapons can be changed into 3 fixed size 3s. Finally, the ship does include some cool alien tech, hence why it's floating on the landing pad. Continuing the $70 and up segment, we have the Drake Cutlass Black. This ship is commonly referred to as the Cutty, however. The Cutlass has a large internal that has 2 beds to log out in, one for the pilot, one for the gunner. It also has a large cargo bay that, similar to the Nomad, can carry a rock mining buggy or up to 46 SCUs of cargo. The Cutlass is the first ship so far to have multi-crew potential, and it is solid at combat. It comes stock with a single size 2 shield generator, 4 gimbaled size 2 weapons slave to the pilot, these can be swapped into fixed size 3s, and 2 size 3s for the gunner. Moving forward with the $70 and up segment, we have the MISC Freelancer. The Freelancer has a large internal that has full living quarters. There are 4 beds for various crew members to log out in, a bathroom to clean themselves up in, and a meal prepping area to make food in. However, like the previous ships in this video, neither the bathroom nor the food prepping area currently work. Its cargo bay can just barely fit a rock mining buggy or up to 66 SCUs of cargo. This ship is decent at combat, coming stock with 2 size 2 shield generators, 4 size 3 weapons slave to the pilot. These are gimbaled as they are turreted, and you cannot change that, and 2 size 2 weapons for the gunner. To wrap up our $70 and up segment, we have the Anvil F7C Hornet. Similar to the Arrow, the Hornet is a dedicated fighter, this time being medium. It's pretty solid at combat. It comes stock with 2 fixed size 3 weapons, however you can add an additional fixed size 3 weapons, and a size 5 hardpoint that can fit a various amount of things, be it a size 4 weapon or something like a radar jammer. This ship comes stock with 2 size 1 shield generators, one up from the Arrow, has no internal, and also does not have any SCUs of cargo. Before I move on to what I recommend, I do want to say there are two more packs you can get. There's the pack that includes the Carrack along with other ships, and then there's a Constellation. I will not be talking about either of these packs as I believe they are too expensive to be considered a starter pack. To start off our recommendations, I have picked one ship from the $45 segment. While most people would recommend you get the Aurora over the Mustang due to it having a bed to log out in, I think that's an overrated feature and I picked the Mustang. But first, let me explain why I think the bed is overrated. Since both of these ships are small and have smaller quantum fuel tanks and quantum drives, it's not like you can go very far in these ships, so there's really no point to log out in. On top of that, the Aurora can't fit any cargo, which once and again makes logging out pretty pointless in my opinion. For these reasons I'm about to mention, I think the Mustang is better. The Mustang not only has a much better cockpit than the Aurora, which makes the game more enjoyable to start learning, it also has cargo, which will allow you to do, albeit not much cargo hauling, it'll allow you to do some. This ship is also slightly better at combat, and finally, it looks much cooler in my opinion. Quick note while editing, I forgot to mention that it also flies better in Atmo. Moving up to the $60 to $70 segment, I actually have two recommendations here. First is the Cutter. The Cutter coming in at $60 is an absolute steal for what it is. I'm honestly very impressed that a ship of this size is able to have a full living quarters in it, and I think that's going to be a huge bonus when that actually matters in game. It also has a pretty large cargo bay that, albeit only fits 4 SCUs of cargo, however, it can fit a lot of ship components, which in this new 3.19 patch is going to be a great way to make money. However, this ship lacks when it comes to combat, so if you were thinking you wanted to get more into the combat, I would go with the Avenger Titan. The Avenger Titan, priced at $70, is also an absolute steal of a ship. This ship is commonly recommended as the best bang for your buck starter pack, and it certainly fits that box. It does everything you need it to. It has the most cargo in this segment, coming in at 8 SCUs. It's very decent at combat, actually having more firepower than the Gladius, which is my favorite combat ship, and it even has a bed to log out in. Finishing off my recommendations from the $70 and up segment, we have the Cutlass Black. Cutlass Black is priced at $115, so I would not recommend getting this ship unless you have a lot of money to spend on video games. However, it is definitely worth all 115 of those dollars, as this ship is one of the best do-it-all ships in the game. It can do practically everything relatively well, and it even allows a friend of yours to join you along the way. Alright, well that wraps up what I think are the best starter ships. Of course, you need to make the decision yourself, so as you can see on screen, I have built out two tables just containing some basic information on all of the ships I covered today. Hopefully it can help you make a better decision. If you are looking for a group to play with and learn from, or if you simply just want to ask me some questions, feel free to join the Discord that I have linked below. I also want to give a shout out to Ducks for All for helping me make this video possible by letting me use all of the ships that you saw in this video. He can be found playing Star Citizen in the Discord below. And one last thing before I end the video, more on a serious note, just something I need to talk about and get out there. So Adrian, who is one of the founders of the popular PvP org Pax Mortis, is also a really great guy, may I add. He has a child named Andres, or AJ, who has a brain tumor. This is obviously very tragic. No child or parent should have to go through this. Luckily, they recently removed 50% of the tumor successfully, but there's still a lot of work that needs to be done as AJ now has to go through chemotherapy. I would really appreciate it, and I know Adrian would, if any of you guys were able to help out AJ by donating to the GoFundMe that I have linked below. I do want to say, as a broke college student myself, I understand that money can be tough. So don't feel bad if you can't donate much, because every penny really does help and it means a lot. And if you are unable to donate, you can still help out AJ by sharing this with as many people as you know. Anyways, I hope you guys all have a good day, and I'll catch you later.